Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox, and right now I'd like to talk to you about some aspects of moving to a community. I get so much email, I get so many YouTube, messages and things like that. I get things on the internet on some of the websites I'm on, or private messages asking me how to do what we're doing, how to live on community, how to get there, how to make it happen. I have people say, oh, I wish this and I wish that, and I get it, all right? Because what we're doing is cool and we like it and we feel blessed that we can do it. And I shot a video recently where I told you, hey, you can do it, and I gave you some tips. I'm going to give you some more concrete tips on this one, maybe things you can use or not. The first thing, as always, is to pray about it. You just need to pray to the Father for His will in your life, and to show you the way, to make a way for you to get to community if you want to do it. But then, how do you do that? I mean, how do you get the land, right? Well, there's two ways to get the land. Someone can either provide it, someone can already own it and say, sure, let's establish a community here, or you can move on to our land, or you're going to have to buy it. I don't have any money. I get that. There's different techniques to do that. There's a good book out there called Starting a Life Together that goes over some financial things you can do. Straightway, the way they did it is a bunch of people all moved into one house, like many people, and they all continued to work and they pooled their money, and then they went out and they bought their land and they went on it. So getting the land is not really what I'm talking about in this. What I'd like to talk about is steps that you can take right now to prepare yourself for living on community. One of the things that I did was, this was years ago, I started a group that met on Tuesday nights called Christians in Community. And it was a group of Christians, and we would meet every Tuesday, have dinner, and then discuss a specific topic on community. And we started out looking at the Acts 2 church, and then would that work for us, and if so, how, that kind of thing. And that kind of progressed to where we would actually do homework assignments and investigate different intentional communities and things like that. But the idea there is we started the process of thinking about it, comparing communities. Shofar Mountain is a way. It's certainly not the only way to do community. And so, you pick out what works for you. So we did that for about a year. And then I started a internet site by invitation only for people who were seriously interested in moving into community. And we kicked that around for about a year, discussing all kinds of different things. And of that group, of the Christians in Community group, nobody's on Shofar Mountain except me. Of the internet group that we started, about a third or half of those people are at Shofar Mountain, but other than that, no. So, you have to start the process. You have to start the dialogue. You have to start the critical thinking for what do you need in a community, what's going to work for you. So start doing that. Another thing you can start doing right now where you're at is simplifying your life. Start getting rid of things you don't need. Get rid of things now you're not going to use, need, or want in community, like your television set, like your Nintendo games, like all those things that use a lot of electricity. You can start downsizing that. Start lighting your home with oil lanterns now, if that's what you're going to do in community. And again, you can do a different kind of community than we're doing. Start getting rid of all the junk and stuff that you have that you don't need. Chances are great if you move to community, you're going to move into a smaller house than you're in now. You may build your house or help build your house. And if that's the case, you're not going to be able to take a lot of the stuff you have with you now. So start getting rid of it now. Start living without it now. You can do that. What we do at Shofar Mountain, we're building our own homes, and each person is responsible for financing the building of their own home. And most Americans don't have that much money sitting around in their bank account, and so what they have to do is either stop renting the house they're in or sell the house they're in, move to Shofar Mountain. You've seen videos. We live temporarily in camper trailers while we build our houses. Then we'll build our house and put our stuff in it. Well, where's our stuff now? We either sold our houses or rented them. Where's the stuff? For a while, we were storing it in one of those used storage facilities, and the community was paying a few $100s a month just to store junk, or maybe it's not junk, but to store our belongings. And so what we did instead is we bought some of those steel carports, and then we put sides on them, and we call those our warehouses. And our household goods are in there right now. When we finish our house, we'll move our household goods into the house, and that will free up space for another family coming in. And so you can do something like that. But I tell you what, you're not going to move everything you have, at least in that Shofar Mountain. You know, everything you have now isn't going to fit into your little allocated space. And so start simplifying your life now. Start talking to people. Start praying about it. You should be praying about it already. But you don't have to get to the end game yet. Just start the process. Start the process like everything else I tell you about. Start your food preparation. Start this, start that. Just start moving in a direction. Always seeking His guidance. And if it's His will, it'll work out for you. I hope I see you out there.